I saw the on air light go on.
Well, it's 10 o'clock. I'll call the Department of Veterans Affairs Executive Committee to order. Roll call, Ted,
Here.
Aaron,
Here.
John,
Here.
myself. Would entertain a motion for approval of the agenda.
Ricketts supports.
Yeah, I got a motion and excuse me, motion and a second. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Approval of the minutes from the August 8th, 2025 meeting. I would entertain a motion to approve the minute.
Ricketts makes that motion. Crockett, second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. Moving on, veteran, service officers report.
Since the last meeting, we actually had 2 burial applications, Vietnam era veterans, $300 a benefit each, so $600 was approved for both of the county burial benefits. And for the report of activities, I'll just highlight some numbers. Let's see. Intents were intent to file 24 of those. Supplemental claims were 10. Claimant representatives 21. Compensation claims 22. Let's see, in the last 2 months, we did 8 federal burial allowances. I'm adding the 2 months together. DIC claims were 7. See, we copied 63 transmittal letters, 46 DD-214s, and 318 medical records in support of claims. Are there anything that you want me to go over on the report of activities or questions that you want me to give more detail on?
No question.
Okay. I see you're ready for me to move on to the occurrence reports.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this covers from August until current. August 11th and September 8th. Tim attended the Veterans Coalition meeting where they discussed updates and upcoming events. Tim, you got anything to add to that?
Not today. Not today.
August 12th, September 9th. Chris attended the COC meeting where they discussed the homelessness. Do you have anything to add to that? The August 13th and October 8th. Tim attended the Veterans Treatment Court meetings.
They actually got, I think they're at 4 participants right now, so that has grown. So there are 4 participants in the Veterans Treatment Court, all different levels and walks of life, and they all seem to be doing pretty good at the last meeting we just had earlier on Wednesday. So I think one of them may be getting ready to graduate soon. So they've had one graduate, and I think another one not getting ready to graduate here soon too. So this seems to be doing pretty well, even with there didn't seem. There was concerns with some of the shutdowns that there may be some delays, but they've been able to keep going, so which is great.
August 14th and October 9th. Tim and Chris both attended the virtual Lenawee by Name. Ted's also part of that meeting, where they discuss the homeless veteran cases within Lenawee County. Do either 3 of you have anything you want to add to that?
I do not.
August 23rd, Tim and I performed an outreach event at the annual I Did It Car Show. It was a beautiful day, probably the best attendance I've seen because the weather was awesome. We had quite a few that had stopped by and asked many questions. We had 2 that said that they purposely stopped that day because they heard the advertisement on the radio and they sought out to find us. So that was awesome. Then August 27th, Tim and I attended a meeting here in the court chambers concerning the Robinson Brain Health study that we're involved. We're in the core 2 group. Well, we just finished the assessments, but we have not received our packet or findings back yet. It's quite a lengthy program. It goes on for quite a few sessions. September 9th, Chris attended the Coalition of Older Adult Services. This topic this month was the home delivered meals and discussing the new facility, the new kitchen. Do you have anything to add? September 10th through the 12th, 3 of us traveled to Travel City to attend the Michigan Association of County Veterans Council, I can't even say it, Michigan Association of County Veterans Counselors Fall Conference. It was hosted at the Great Wolf Lodge facility. We used Wednesday the 10th as our travel day. I have to tell you that it was well attended and the speakers actually kept us alert. They had a good team of speakers this year, so there was no nodding off after lunch. That's supposed to be a fun. And then on Saturday, was it Saturday or Sunday, the 21st, Tim and I attended the Ruck to Remember in Adrian. We performed outreach and we were there in the rain. Ted was there as well. I believe there was about 110 that was registered to
Right around there.
March.
Yeah, it was a good turnout for the fact that it was pouring.
Yeah, and that was just the ones that were marching, so there was more there. Yeah. On September 24th, I attended the management meeting. The administrator and the administrative team goes over occurrences for the county. We learned that the 26th budget would be approved during the evening meeting, and each department gave a briefing on their departments. Each department in attendance of that meeting, we went around and gave an update from our department. And then on Friday, September 26th, Tim and I went over to the Morrisburg campus ribbon cutting ceremony. We got a chance to see the beautiful facility and listen to the speakers. We got a little tour. On September 30th, we had a couple staff members from Share the Warmth come over to the department where they discussed their future plans with the program, and there's introduction of staff. And then, Tim, did you have anything you want to add to that one?
No, they were just stopping in. They wanted to find out more about our programs. They have student. He's a college student. He's a vet and he's really interested in veterans services and stuff, maybe with the homeless and addiction. So he was kind of wanting to know more about veteran what we provide in the community, but also to kind of discuss his future in the sense in the field of working with veterans. So that's kind of what we did there.
I know that Share the Warmth has, put out flyers and stuff like that for donation. Things like that. Are they really on that hard of financial times or?
Yes.
Yeah, they're pretty much all, I would say, a lot of social services, nonprofits in this community are probably hurting pretty well and Share the Warmth. I think Neighbors of Hope too, like a lot of them are all struggling right now, so.
They are November 3rd at Adrian College at Malad Hall at 6 PM. They're gonna do a open house for veteran homelessness, and Steve will be part of that as well. So they're focusing in on some veterans.
What's that date? Jim?
I believe November 3rd at 6. They'd asked me for some numbers.
Okay, then, November 3rd, not November 3rd. October 3rd, November 3rd, your date. The fourth quarter of the 25 fiscal grant report went in. It included 115 pages. We are requesting reimbursement of $20,059.68. For the total of the fiscal year 25, we spent $66,065.19. Our third and fourth quarter have yet to be approved by the chief finance officer. We've been informed that the quarter one and the quarter two may be reviewed again as part of the audit process that they're undergoing, which has led to the grant team asking us to make modifications to prior reported claims, our quarters. So the quarters were already sent in. We were already advised they were approved, and they asked us to go back and make revisions to them. So we're still sitting on pins and needles with 25 being finalized and approved. At least all documents are in. I tell you, the last couple months just working on grant, you think you just nicely got something done and you get an email and they want this done, or you get constantly working on something. And then the fiscal 26, also that was sent in. I have the information here, sent in earlier. We were asked to make a revision to that with some of the numbers. Their Excel spreadsheets on the salary, they roll the numbers to the next up, but when you manually add them up, they don't add up correctly because they rounded them. And so she's circling things, asking us to recalculate. Well, we didn't make the errors. The machine, their formula made them because it rounded them. So we just moved the decimals over, got them resubmitted. And then, so on the 6th of October, we received, after the state of Michigan approved the County Veterans Service Fund grant, but with changes, with allowable expenses. So when we put the 26 in, we had 4 categories that we had to run our incentives under. Now the incentive topics have changed. So our previously signed fiscal 26 grant agreement is being recalled and has to be updated under the new guidelines, and it's due on the 7th. So next Tuesday, there is an hour-and-a-half learning training session on what's allowable, what's not allowable. So I'm not going to start anything until we actually have the training session. From what it looks like, we're no longer going to be able to afford advertisement. Our Myers Food Program and our gas card program are not going to be funded either. And there's a possibility that we may only be able to allowed to do accreditation conference. So the fall conference won't be funded, nationals won't be funded. If we chose to go to the American Legion Conference, won't be funded, but we will learn and get clarification about that at our Tuesday meeting. So
How much are the Meyer cards and the food and gas cards? How much are we talking there? Ballpark.
I used to get around, I can tell you exactly. The Myers cards, 4,150. The vet fuel cards, 3,650. Advertisement, $16,550.40. Those will all go. And there are our association that we belong to are still writing their legislative, and they're trying to get clarification. It sounds like they're taking it back to bare bones. So they're allowing salaries, office rent, technology, and onboarding training and accreditation training for the accreditation training doesn't tell me if it's continuing eds. So that I need to get clarification on. But we'll keep you posted on how that.
These conferences that are no longer be funded, will you be able to attend them virtually, or is that not funded either?
The only one that we can attend virtually is the national conference. But that is $400 a person to attend that virtually, and
Will be funded?
it's never been county funded.
Okay.
Excuse me,
Where do the funds from that come from?
our grant has always paid for those,
Okay. Will it continue to be grant funded?
only if it's for continuing eds, it's what it sounds like.
And
So that's what I need to get clarification on. Because if it says for accreditation, are they saying for a new service officer to get accreditation, or are they gonna call that continuing education? Is that how you read it too?
yeah, it's still very vague on how it's written, but also like, we're not sure if they're only gonna fund one type of accreditate, like, because technically we get to choose either one to go to for accreditation, so we have to, technically you can get accreditation, same accreditation either at the spring conference or do the virtual for nationals. So we don't know if they're gonna allow us to do both, or we have to choose which, when we go. Before, they kind of just paid for all of our training and stuff, so like we wanted to go to, but we may have to select which one's the best opportunity for us to get the best learning, so.
The state is also trying to figure out if this MBA itself can provide accreditation training on their expense, and see that would be removed from the grant process. Any other conferences that you choose will either be, general funded or whatever, personal funded. So there's a lot to be considered. And our association is still working with legislative and the state.
One would assume that if these conferences will not be funded, that the attendance will drop dramatically.
That's correct.
And in fact, the conferences themselves may just go away.
Mhm. We have to have our continuing eds. So as long as I've been an employee, which is 43 years now, the state of Michigan,
Carol, you were 16?
the state of Michigan has always came in and paid for our spring conference for our continuing eds. And then there was a training grant, and then it switched over to the County Veteran Service Fund grant. And so, and there was a time when our county budget, our general fund, we didn't have enough money to even attend fall conference. So in that case, we didn't go to fall conference. We just went to spring.
And I would say like, been doing this a couple years in that sense is the nice part about when we went to spring conference, that was, we would get to meet a lot more, talk with more like some of the Detroit regional people from the VA or more state people involved within the state of Michigan that deals with veterans. Whereas then on the national side, you're dealing with more federal side. So there is kind of a difference in some of the information coming out in those conferences. So that's what kind of makes it nice with being able to go to both, but we got to make a decision. We have to make a decision that's best for our learning to be able to continue to serve veterans. So
That's still to be determined, and we still need to get clarification. Okay, so on a happier note, we did get our GDX figures. The VA, they put out their numbers on what the expenditures are. And so for the fiscal year ending September 30th of 2024, yes, they're a whole year behind. Over 89 million was brought into Lenawee County in veteran-related benefits. Isn't that awesome? So, 89 million. I'm going to send you the report. So there was direct services and then there were indirect services. The direct services would include compensation, pension, DIC, and insurance. The indirect was through insurance, and also direct insurance is listed one as a direct one. Medical, education, memorial, adaptive housing, and VA home loan guarantees are the indirect. We did find a report that did a projection on our veteran population. And I'm sure it's not exact, but they're saying our veteran population is roughly 5,951.
If I recall, that might be a slight increase from last year.
And I got that here too. So it would have been 78 million, and this is 89 million. Cost of living. I did send this report to you guys to your email last night. Any questions?
No, not for me.
All I have.
Existing business, seeing none, I'll move on to new business nomination for appointment to the executive committee document.
Okay, the appointment for our board of position, there's one that comes up every year. Aaron Ricketts, his term ends in December, at the end of the month there. And a new term would be December 31st of 2029. The letters were signed by the chairman, and they were mailed out to each of the service organizations. They were dated September 23rd. The telegram, as the law states, that we're supposed to post it in at least for 1 day. And so it was posted in the Daily Telegram, and I know Jen has posted it on the website, and it's been posted on Facebook, and we have received one inquiry so far.
Moving on to item 7, commissioner comment. I guess you only have one comment today.
You have no comment.
You don't have no comments.
She said the budget was at the night meeting in September, the budget was passed, the earliest it's ever been done. Okay.
Woo-hoo.
Everybody's getting along with each other.
Okay, item number 8, partner comments. Since we last met, I've done 8 cases. 2 from Lenawee County, case number 1962 was for $3,500. Case number 1907 was 2914, and they were both for, under the categories that we use, it's mortgage and shelter. But the shelter portion was, both of them were for, they were behind on their electrical payment. And I saw that I just had a little beep here on my phone, or a little blurb on my phone where I got another one posted, but I don't know where that's from, or I don't know if you're familiar, Ted, but Region 9 takes in all of southeast Michigan plus Eaton County. We do cases, with all those counties and stuff that come from Lansing down. That's all I got. Item 9, Veterans Relief Fund.
I've had one serious inquiry for the VRF funding. I am still waiting for him to provide additional information so I can actually get the application finalized and ready for committee approval.
Okay. Public comment. Next Wednesday, October 15th at 1:30 PM, the county is going to present their annual Veterans Day proclamation. If y'all want to attend, that's, they usually invite some veterans in, and Commissioner Collins usually reads the proclamation and stuff like that.
Still the only veteran on the commission, so I was.
So you're still on for that, huh? Okay. Let's see.
I would add for, I guess, public comment that there is a Lenawee Project Connect will be November 12th, and there's going to be a veteran stand down as part of that at the Lenawee County Fairgrounds. I don't have the exact time off the top of my head, but I believe it's like 11 to 3. A lot of veteran services will be there. Anybody interested?
And most I know I'm a member of the Hudson American Legion, and every year they put on a program there at the elementary school and invite us in to do. We usually present the colors and stuff like that. If you're involved with any schools or anything in your school district, if they're having a program, go attend. They really, I know I see that Michener Elementary, they adopted me when I was in Afghanistan, and when I came home on leave, they had me come in and do a little presentation of my time and what I was doing, and took questions from the kids. It was pretty cool. I got some letters and stuff from them that I keep in a little shoebox and happen across them every now and then. But yeah, go and support your kids.
I did much the same program years back at Lincoln. My daughter was in the Navy, and I was in the Army, so they had both of us speak, but me first, then her. So I had the whole class tuned up. So that when she walked in the door, I had taught them, they all together said the Navy gets a gravy and the Army gets the beans.
Yeah. All true. Yes, sir.
I would like to congratulate John Saxton on his Volunteer of the Year award from the state of Michigan. And he'll be going up to Lansing in November to receive that.
Good for you, John.
Volunteer for Veterans Affairs and a volunteer for Department on Aging, plus work with the Blissfield Lions Club and through church, other organizations. So we're very blessed to have John.
Another meeting.
Another thing that, was brought to my attention, and I think that we all need to talk about it a little bit, is, meeting maybe every other month instead of every month. I'm throwing it out there. If it's something that we want to do or feel that it would be prudent that we do, meet every couple of months instead of every month. I don't know. I don't know if talking to Tammy about it yesterday, we don't even know if the county would allow us to do that.
I don't know. I'll find out quickly and get in touch with him.
My only comment on that would be, ERF application.
And what we have done, and, you know, I've served on this board for a little while. And what we've done in special cases and stuff like that, if we have an emergency application come up, we'll call a special meeting. I know when I originally got on this board, we would do it over the phone. They would read us the application. We'd make a determination over the phone, but I don't know if that would be a prudent thing to do. Yeah. So, you know, we'd have to call an emergency meeting or something like that if it came to that, you know.
Authorized agents are authorized to approve up to a certain dollar amount, so business would still take place. Because authorized agents can still make decisions in between meetings. Because we always present what was approved by us during our regular meetings and you guys sign off for transparency.
I'm curious on what some of our neighboring counties do. You know, do they meet monthly? If everybody's meeting monthly, it makes sense. Why be the one that doesn't? If others are doing it.
Sure.
Curious on.
Well, yeah, I just thought Tammy asked me to throw it out there, and I thought it was actually a good idea.
I'll have to double it for you.
Probably not.
I'm thinking the other way is it frees up some of that per diem and maybe that could be used to, help with these gas card issues.
My humor.
Okay. That's, anybody else got any public comment? Seeing none, I would, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Fact that approves or moves to adjourn.
I could second.
I got a motion and a second to adjourn. All those approved, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same. This meeting is adjourned.